What-ho chaps, I'm MagicalMike and recently I played through The Typing of the Dead. Overkill! I cannot do that voice at all. Let's pretend that never happened. And well, I say recently, more like over the past few months really. Bit of a slow burn for me because of the nature of the gameplay. So I got hold of this probably years ago at this point, just another one of those games that I saw at some point in time and thought would be fun to mess around with when a sale came round. I just thought it would be fun to test if my typing was up to scratch in a game format rather than those WPM tests you can do online, as if I for some reason cared about that at one point. House of the Dead games have totally passed me by ever since arcades were a thing as a kid, and back then I wasn't really allowed to play them, which is funny to think about. They did have console releases, at least I think they did, but I never checked those out. Anyway, these are light gun games that translate well to PC, but without that tactile pistol you used to get. And they're just on-rails mutant shooters. All you do is point and shoot, easy peasy. But this time with a twist, I suppose you could call it that. You have to type the words out to get the kills, which is pretty obvious when you look at the gameplay, isn't it? Yeah, it's not super groundbreaking or anything. There's little strategy involved beyond looking at which enemies are going to threaten you first and prioritising those over the others, or the projectiles that they might throw at you, and then just typing the words out. The footage you're looking at was taken from the so-called hardcore mode, which means that if you make any mistakes in the words, you not only lose your combo like in the regular difficulties, but you also reset the word or phrase entirely. That includes spaces and any punctuation in those words as well, so if it throws me any apostrophes or hyphens or any of that sort of stuff, it will throw me for a loop, and you'll probably see it in just these two levels. There's also, using the Steam Workshop, an option to download custom dictionaries too, which means you could download a French learning aid for this if you really want to do that and get some practice in, or themed stuff like Magic the Gathering card names or Twitch memes or whatever you could possibly think of. There's loads of possibilities on the Steam Workshop. You could even download code language ones if you're completely insane and learn to type syntax under pressure. Not really for me, thanks. As a surprise to me, the game also comes with the traditional House of the Dead mode too, where you just point and click to shoot with the mouse, or a controller, but I can't imagine actually using an analog stick for this sort of thing. It's still the same 9 levels that you go through, but you have a bit more freedom because you can shoot mutants in the background that didn't normally have text for you to trigger, and you can get a variety of weapons which can be fun for a change of pace. But those standard and director's cut modes were just extra to me. Similarly so was the whole B-movie style that the game takes on. I didn't expect it, and as a casual fan of crappy kind of films, either intentionally crappy or just underfunded B-movie sorts of things, I found a bunch of details that I really appreciated. The dialogue is absolutely the first thing you'll notice. I'd say 90% of what Detective Washington says is just swearing. Agent G is a massive cliché, Varlaguns sort of shares that as well, and Candy Striper, well, need I really even say more than just her name? The plot is entirely contrived, which kind of just improves it if you ask me. The music is excellent. The weird camera work that focuses on odd things and blurs at random moments during cutscenes is a neat touch, which some people would be forgiven for thinking was actually an accident, and I'm definitely forgetting a load of other little things like that as well. Oh, and the level introductions are full of all of these sorts of things, plus the on-point old movie trailer introduction parodies, like these ones for example.
2 daughters heading for the slaughter in an abattoir of terror on a night to dismember. Prepare to be butchered in creeping flesh. Vegetarians need not apply. Scream Train. 200 tons of unstoppable terror burning through the night.
What was that?
Yo mama, by the sound of it.
Enough with the pissing competition. We're gonna take down the...
Motherfucker!
I just love that level of attention to detail and silliness. I won't spoil the rest though, but they're all like that, so hey, if you don't want to play the game yourself, maybe go and look them up instead. And I should probably stop there. Seems I had a fair bit more to say on such a simple game than I originally thought, but still, not all that much. Well, there you have it. Time to go continue being a keyboard warrior then. Still got a couple of achievements to go get. Cheers.